the way what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they see me. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking.
Yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Geek Gauntlet podcast. I'm your host, Mr. William D. Morgan, and as you can see, we have the crew. We got a few more people. Hopefully, they'll be here with us tonight. Let me bring in. She is a writer for GNN and the cosplay and TikTok queen. She puts my little TikTok skills to shame. What's up, Kat?
Not much. What's going on, William?
Chilling. And next up is the brother who's been doing it with me for umpteenth years. Shaw, what's up?
What's up? How y'all doing?
Chilling, man.
Doing
chilling.
good.
David,
Glad to have you back.
David Fur, what's up, man? What's up, brother? How you doing?
What up, D Fur?
Good to have Fur in the house. For sure. All right. Let me do this real quick. I know I put the invite out there. Thought I did. Everybody. Everybody gets it. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Next up, let me bring in the resident gamer girl. She's going to let us know all about the 2022 Gamer Awards. Diamond, what's up?
What's up, everyone?
How you doing?
Doing well. How are y'all?
Doing pretty good. Can't complain.
Chilling.
And filling in for Janae, who's doing a investigative report on Pokemon World. Yes, she's doing an investigative report on Pokemon World. She's going to come back and tell us all about the new world. We have this gentleman here, also from GNN, my man Ambrose. Ambrose, what's up?
Good to be back. How you doing?
How you doing, man?
Doing all right.
Good to have you back.
Always fun to be here.
Man, you be around long enough, we're gonna make you a series regular. All right, let's go ahead and break everything down. We're gonna start with the show rundowns and some news, and then we'll get into our opinion of the Gamer Awards, and then we'll take it from there. So let's get started. All right, Kat.
All right. Well, so I'm gonna go ahead and have Shaw and you help me out here with Stargirl. I know it was the season finale, and I'm really disappointed. I heard that season 4 was gonna get a little more adult. They were gonna let her wear high heels.
Oh man. Why you gotta do break like that?
I'm just saying they picked the wrong demographic for the wrong channel. And superhero Mayberry, I mean, come on, y'all. You all know how I feel about that. So yeah, break it down for me, guys. What do we have on that final season finale? Lord rest its soul in peace forever of Stargirl.
I'm mad, but I'm gonna let Shaw go because Shaw's more respectful than me. I'm gonna let you take it first, Shaw.
All right, so I actually like the show. I like the characters. I like the story. I mean, I get where y'all coming from, but I actually enjoy it. So what we have here, Pat lives from being buried alive because he learned some trick from Starman a long time ago. There was a bunch of fights. Turns out that Dragon King's mind is inside a human knight's body, and Starman's mind is like may or may not be dead, and inside Starman's body is Ultra Human Knight. But the fights happened. We do know that Starman's brain is alive somewhere. Icicle finally gets killed by Artemis, and Jay Garrett shows up in the very end for a the journey goes on type of moment, whatever.
Damn it.
Yeah. There is Stargirl is supposed to show up on for a crossover on either Titans or Doom Patrol. I forget which one it is. It's like a 3-way crossover between those 3 shows.
I don't think you can hang with Doom Patrol. Just saying.
What is
Yeah.
that? You don't know. We'll get to Doom Patrol later, but yeah. So that's what happened. I enjoyed it. What did y'all think about it?
I'm sorry to interrupt before everyone goes because I don't watch the show. Did you say Jay Garrick is in the original Flash?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he traveled there. Though the version we saw looked younger. They definitely made his colored his hair. His hair wasn't gray.
But that's my issue with this, though. I didn't mean to cut you off. Sean. My fault.
Oh, no. I was just going to say I don't have an opinion on the show one way or the other because I've never watched it. But I mean, I think it's kind of cool that they bring the Golden Age characters into it. So that was all I was going to say.
Oh, yeah. You're right. But that's the thing that pissed me off, though, Shaw, that you waited to the end of the show to bring us that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why did you wait to the end to bring us something that could have been series saved? Possibly. Not saying it would have, but possibly series saving. Instead of the season we got.
Because they thought high heels would save it.
but that's the thing that pisses me off because they did the same thing in Batwoman. The ending was gonna be for the best season it's ever had, and then it just bam gone. Naomi, same thing, bam boom, and then now same thing with Stargirl. We got some interesting in the multiverse we can bring you, and oh wait, the show's done.
Yeah.
That's what made me upset. You could have gave us that versus the season we got. I mean, because really, if you think about it, Starman, at the end of the day, who cares? Ultra Humanite, at the end of the day, who cares? I like the show. I like the characters. Don't get me wrong, but I don't care about Ultra Humanite. I don't care about Starman. I don't care about the parents that died. I mean, they sort of kind of grew me, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, no, you could have bought the multiverse stuff right for that whole season and went from there, go for the gusto. If you're going out, go out with a bang, and they went out with a whimper. And that's the thing that made me mad with Stargirl. That's the thing that made me upset because you could have gave us that to be a whole lot more interesting than what we truly got. And that's the thing that pisses me off because, like I say, last show supposedly ever. Now you might get some characters team up here and there. I'm hearing Stargirl supposed to team up with the Titans, which will make a whole lot more sense than team up with Doom Patrol. She can't handle Doom Patrol. No. She can't handle Doom Patrol. No. You can't handle Doom. No. That's too much. That group right there. No, you ain't ready for that. But Titan she can handle. So that's one thing that made me mad about the series. I'm sorry to see it go. I like the series too. I thought it was good. Thought it brought a new, fresh look onto things. But at the end of the day, you gave us an inferior season versus what that little clip at the end was, and that's what made me upset.
That's fair. I mean, I don't think any of us like it when a show gets a bad ending.
Yeah.
And even though I didn't watch it, I couldn't get into it because I came into it late. I mean, I can still respect the being upset about the fact that it was just, they kind of wrote it off and it's like, oh, here we had everything that we could have done all this season to make this, but here we're going to end it.
Right.
And it's just kind of meh.
The ending we got was meh versus what they brought toward the very, very end scene when you saw Jay Garrick come back from the future and tear up the little JSA table. You also got some other little Easter eggs. They called Stargirl, Starwoman at the end. I thought that was cool. Jed and Obsidian from Infinity Inc. You heard those names we called out there, which I thought was cool. If you know Infinity Company, Infinity Inc. If you guys remember, but yeah, it made me mad because what we got was inferior to what they showed, what we could have had, and that's the thing that pissed me off. All right, anybody got anything else? Anybody else got anything else they want to say about it? Anything else, Shaw?
Nope, all good.
All right, cool. All right, Kat, let's move on.
All right, so Titans. Once again, this is another one that you guys know. I don't even have an opinion on it because I have not gotten into the series because I came into it late.
I think I think that was the last week's episode, Sean.
Oh,
We
okay.
talked about that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, then we are on to Doom Patrol.
That thing was crazy, man.
I have two words for Doom Patrol: codpiece, singing asses.
I'm 38 years old, and if you asked me 20 years ago if I'd be on the internet talking about zombie butts who sang show tunes, I would look at you like you were crazy. But here we are. I don't even know. I love the show. I just don't even know how to, appropriately talk about it. It's hilarious, and it's irreverent.
Sorry about that, John.
No. I was trailing off. You can go ahead.
So here we have our
my
first
goodness.
2 episodes of the season, and
Thank you, man.
have got.
Thank you. I appreciate you following the
thanks
show.
for the
Thank
follow.
you. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got our first 2 episodes of the season of Doom Patrol. And this is where the team is they're kind of struggling with their identity, struggling with new leadership. And they've kind of gotten themselves in, for lack of a better term, a bit of a time loop where they keep going back to the same event because they think this one event is what's actually going to save the world.
Yep.
During the process of this, they actually run into their future selves who kind of reveal like, hey, maybe you guys are going about this the wrong way. So at that point, Rita's leadership comes into question because originally, let's face it, the Doom Patrol they're not the Avengers. They are not the all for one and one for all team. Like, they're like that group of kids in a class that like, oh, I guess we didn't pick anybody, so I guess we're all going to work on this project together. Like, who wants to spearhead it? And in this case, it happens to be Rita. But because of some of the mistakes and the fact that they don't feel like they're making progress in stopping the apocalypse, they decide that maybe it's time to kind of mix it up a little bit. You also see a little bit more into the Bureau of Normalcy.
Yes.
And what's going on there that created the zombie butts.
Mm-hmm.
So, they brought in this scientist to kind of help understand their behaviors, to help them learn how to make them what the government always does with something that they put a lot of money into. It started with scientific research, a weapon. But right now, they basically are just butts that run around and attack anything. And I don't think...
Only in Doom, but I don't mean to cut you off, Kat, but only in Doom Patrol is that a threat.
Right. So they bring her in and she's in the middle of working on this musical theater degree. And I don't think that getting them to sing and dance would have been as hilarious if it wasn't the same number that they used in Family Guy.
Oh, yeah.
When,
the song from the Music Man.
Yeah, when Peter Griffin was like recruited to a football team. So it is from Music Man. People that know music theater are going to know it from that. But I think the rest of pop culture is really going to remember it from Family Guy.
Yeah, I remember that very well from Family Guy. Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously I'm a big fan of Doom Patrol. We all know that is right up my alley.
That's your show.
I like the anti-hero heroes.
That's your show.
So far, season 2 has not disappointed. So let's go ahead and go around. Shaw, did you get a chance to catch up on the episodes? What did you think?
Yeah, I saw it. I enjoyed it. I mean, I'm still not really into the whole cyborg stuff. I mean, he's become very boring since season 2. But other than that, like, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
It's just kind of funny to me to see Cyborg with Doom Patrol and not the Titans. That's the only thing that's kind of funny to me. I get it. I get why they did it, but it was just kind of funny because I'm so used to seeing him either be with the Titans or with the JLA, and it's kind of funny that he's there. But I get it. But to me, he does look a little bit out of place. What you think, John?
I'm with Kat. I loved it. It was hilarious. The show's always irreverent. If the characters from Community were superheroes, they'd be the Doom Patrol. That's the only way I can describe it to people who don't know what what Doom Patrol is. And it's I thought, because I was wondering, like, when that whole episode where they escaped, was it back in season 2 or season 1? I was like, this can't be the end of it. I mean, they're killer butts. They're going to bring this back somehow. And they did. And wow, did they bring it back? So, I mean, I'm kind of interested to see where it's going.
Oh my god.
Was a little weirded out with Codpiece's sidekick, with the butt bazooka. That kind of came out of nowhere.
Giant in Codpiece. Yeah.
Crazy. It's
But
crazy. And then
I just liked how Cyborg just watched him do it.
yeah.
And he was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "It's hard when someone's watching." And then like the gun just comes out, and you're like, "What is this?"
I think too. Another thing that was that got me just laughing, just thinking only this show can pull this off. The end of episode 2 when she's feeding the butt cereal. I was like, bruh.
I will say though, I like the kid that plays Cyborg, and I think he does carry the role well. I just think he's supposed to be out of place in Doom Patrol. I think that's the point. Is that he's someone who always thought he was more important than he was, and he ended up with these misfits. But if the show doesn't carry on, I'd like to see him playing Cyborg in the actual Justice League movies. Yeah. He does a good job with the character, so I wouldn't like to see this be the end of his road in DC.
And he's young. The character itself, is young. So yeah, he'll fit perfectly. Did you get to see it, Diamond?
I haven't seen it yet, but based on what Ambrose was said, like it's basically the Community. I was like, oh, I like the Community. I might as well just watch it now.
I'll watch it now, man.
It's pretty much If the characters from Community were superheroes, they'd be the Doom Patrol. That's the best way I can describe it.
There you go.
All right. Well, in that case, let's go ahead and move on to the newest show on Disney Plus, which is the Willow series. They did launch this on the 30th, and it has the first 3 episodes that are on Disney Plus right now. For those of you that aren't familiar with Willow, it's more of a fantasy type setting. And this picks up after the movie. So at the end of the movie, the savior, Laura Dannon, was still an infant and was basically placed in the protection of Mad Mardigan, and I can never remember the girl's name, to basically protect her and allow her to grow up to be an adult and kind of like the savior of the world, so to speak. So the series picks up with that, but of course, Mad Mardigan now has twin children, and one boy, one girl. And so it starts to tell their story a little bit more. And in the process of this, in episode 1, there is a big attack on the castle right before his daughter's supposed to get married to this dude. We're just going to call him Dude.
Yeah.
Because, homeboy, you out of your league. But we'll get to that in a minute. So the night before the wedding, they're attacked by Bone Reapers and a sorcerer. And in the process of this,
Bone Reapers?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to be sure I heard you right.
Yeah. And the son is kidnapped by this sorcerer and this group of raiders, basically. And the sister, who has been, it's very much like we've seen in some of the other shows of like, the son should be wanting to train and do more, but he just kind of like shirks off his responsibility and does the bare minimum. Where his sister's always out training to become a better fighter, to live up to her parents' footsteps and that shadow, and which leads them on a fantastical journey to save her brother. We'll go ahead and we'll start going around the room. Shaw, did you get a chance to catch up on Willow?
I have not gotten a chance yet. It's on the list. I'll be checking it out soon.
Sweet. William, did you get a chance to watch it?
I have not.
Ambrose.
I saw the first episode, and I wasn't really a fan. I don't think it captured the spirit of the movie. It seemed very pessimistic. The movie was very, you got this underdog and he's got this baby and like they're marching forward and they're on a quest. And the movie just kind of had this "I'm too cool for you" and everything sucks vibe. And I just wasn't really a fan of the show. I mean, I'll give the second 2 episodes another chance. I haven't been able to catch them yet, but that's initially how the show rubbed off on me.
How many episodes is out right now, Kat?
3.
3. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. They
You can
launched
binge 3
3.
easy.
And I can definitely see where Ambrose came from with that first episode because it was a little bit of prologue, in a sense of speaking, and kind of trying to catch people up.
Right.
Diamond, did you get a chance to check out the episode before I give my thoughts?
I have not.
Okay. So I've just got to say, you officially know that Metallica has sold out when they are putting the rights to their music to Disney.
Oh yeah. They have been sold out. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I am not
You read about
sure.
it.
So here's the thing. This is a fantasy movie. You expect epic fantasy music. And they're doing this thing at the end of each episode where it's like some sort of like hair metal rock song that finishes out every single episode.
Yeah,
so
it's like
those of us that watch anime, you've got like your opening theme and your closing theme that sometimes throughout the series will start to change. They tried that, but like this rock music just seems so out of place.
it's like they're trying too hard to remind you that the movie's from the 80s.
But Dragon Ball did it too.
Well,
Dragon Ball did it too.
That, so in episode 3, which I know you guys aren't that caught up on yet.
Yeah, me too, Dave.
So honestly, the action and all of that kind of does, and some of the pessimism kind of go away and get better if you've watched all 3. There is a lot of action, but there is also a lot of story. So where Willow was like a 2-hour movie, you had a lot of action sequences because you have to pack it down into that time frame. I think because of the show, they're trying to be a little more story oriented.
Oh hell no!
Yeah, I know. William can't get into the story. I know,
man.
But there is really good action and combat. But when the show ends and you've got a mediocre cover by Evanescence, I'm not sure who I'm more disappointed in right now, Evanescence or Metallica.
I feel you.
Because it's a mediocre cover of Nothing Else Matters by Metallica.
Metallica for allowing it. Metallica for allowing it, because any other respectable artist from the 80s would have just said, "Get out of here with that. We'll just do it."
Well, we know that Metallica, though, it's Metallica. They sold out in the days of Napster. But
yeah, that's true.
That's true.
So, like, there are certain things about it that feel really disjointed, not necessarily in the storytelling, but in, like, you could have had an epic, like, rock opera type thing without having to pull rock songs and heavy metal music that we already know. And I'm a huge heavy metal fan, but I'm just like, it feels out of place.
I also think, I'm sorry, are you finished, Kat, or are you? I also think that I think it was in bad taste to depict Mad Mardigan as a deadbeat dad. I mean,
so as you get into further seasons, you're going to see that that's not really the case.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm glad they clear that up, because I was like, dude, the guy can't walk.
Right. Right. It's like, and I get you, because I just feel, if you have a handicap, come on, man.
Like, if Val Kilmer openly did like 80s Val Kilmer did and pretty much just told him to F off and I'm not going to do it, then I could see them like making his character look like a jerk. But the guy's legitimately...
No. So,
yeah.
A little bit of a spoiler alert. I'm sure our fans have probably seen the other episodes.
I don't mind spoilers, so go ahead.
Part of the story behind that, as they're on this crusade, was not only was he responsible for taking Allura Dannon to somewhere to get her safe, but he was also searching for a breastplate that could be imbued with special magical power to help protect the realm.
Hold up now. So did you just say a breastplate?
Yes. So like a giant chest plate
Okay.
Like armor.
Okay.
Yeah, in the
Like
world
armor.
of
Okay,
armor,
okay,
they're called
okay.
breastplates, no matter whether it's male or female.
Right. They're gonna call it that regardless. Okay.
Yeah, this isn't like the breastplates they used to make Angelina Jolie's boobs in Tomb Raider. Well, don't worry.
Still can't believe that.
Yeah. But yeah, so
That's hilarious.
So it's magically imbued armor that he was out searching for to protect the realm. And unfortunately, they believe he may have perished.
That's some He-Man stuff right there too.
That's a better send off.
Yeah.
That's
So
some He-Man stuff too, because he had a chest plate that made him stronger too.
yeah. So all right. So are we ready to move on to Rick and Morty?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Then, Will, I'm going to need you to help me out here because that is the one I did not get to this week.
I didn't get to see this week's episode though. Did anybody get a chance to see this week's episode?
I don't watch Rick and Morty. I'm sorry.
All right, we'll get to Rick and Morty next week then.
Yeah, we're doing Rick and Morty next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
And our final show, we're going to talk about the second half of Wednesday. Now we talked about the first half last week, where we've got a little bit of this intrigue. We've got a little bit of this. Basically, you've got a whodunit mystery going on. In this. All hail Megatron Facebook user. Yes, log into the page so you can see who you are. And so with this, now you're getting further into it. More people, unfortunately, are getting hurt. Wednesday is finally starting to kind of become better friends with her roommate, who is unfortunately this poor little werewolf who hasn't really gotten her werewolf powers yet.
Werewolf with no powers.
Well, and I think it's really hard because this is when you start to have it's far enough in the show now where they're having like the parents' visitation day.
Right.
And you kind of start to see that even though these kids, they all have these special abilities, which are really, really cool. And they come from these families most of these families in that community are very well respected, well known.
Right.
They still have all the same problems that every kid in every high school has.
Teenage angst.
Well, yeah. I mean, it is a little bit of teenage angst, but I mean, it's at the same time, like, for example, her poor roommate is bothered by the fact that, and it's because it's made such a big deal by her family, that she doesn't have her powers yet.
Her overcompensating for everything starts to get explained when you see her parents.
Right.
Yeah.
Big Tone, what's up, man? Big Tone, you stupid. Big Tone, what's up? I know exactly who that is. All right, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no
Go
worries.
ahead.
Yeah. So you start to get into this, and I really don't want to spoil it for everyone, but you're starting to get more into the intrigue, and you've got some kind of M. Night Shyamalan going on at the very end in regards to who done it. Like, who is the person that's controlling this monster, and who is the monster?
What's up, man? What's going on with your brother?
So, I mean, honestly, I really hope it gets a season 2. It was as much as I was not a huge fan of the Scooby-Doo-ness of it, I do think that it was entertaining. And it was a fun show.
The million kids.
So that, but yeah, I mean, I really liked it. And I mean, I did kind of like the fact that it did kind of keep me guessing all the way up until the end as far as who the actual bad guy was.
Right, right.
And I that made me so mad because when it all came together, it was so obvious.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, how did I not? I pegged the monster. I pegged who the monster was right away. I was like, that's no contest. That's that guy. But the person running him, when it happened, I was like, this is so obvious. How did I not figure that out?
Yeah.
I liked Uncle Fester.
Yes.
I would have liked Fred Armisen as Uncle Fester was, and I'm a huge Christopher Lloyd fan, and I thought Fred Armisen's Uncle Fester was awesome. He captured Uncle Fester really well. I think the show, all in all, I think it's going to get a second season. I mean, it beat Stranger Things' numbers. So if it doesn't,
yeah.
Wow.
If I mean, this is Netflix we're talking about. So
True
like the wind could blow on the wrong day, and they could just say, nope, Wednesday's canceled. But I mean, I don't see them doing that. If they beat Stranger Things' numbers, they have a hit on their hands.
It's pretty good.
But you have Netflix, who's always about canceling things, and then you have Tim Burton, who, you know, if he's done with it, he's done with it. So hopefully the two of them will just want to at least pump 2 or 3 more seasons out and give us an actual story, and they won't just abandon it.
All right, Diamond, I'm gonna put you up next. Give me some highlights from the Game Awards that you saw.
So, oh my god, again, oh my god, I can't like fathom like why. So first of all, congratulations to FromSoft for winning Game of the Year for Elden Ring. But the fact that this kid just like strolled his way
What's
up
up,
there.
man?
Yeah, that kid.
Appreciate
Oh,
you being
okay.
here. I didn't. You
Kanye?
too, Will. Appreciate you.
Yeah, he pulled like a full on Kanye or something, or did like a full Will Smith slap Chris Rock, and like
Well,
everyone's
that's
just
cool.
so stunned.
Basically, this kid creeped up there behind the Elden Ring people. And once they were done giving their speech, he said something about dedicating it to Bill Clinton or
Bill-
something like that.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it was like, what the fuck happened? Everyone was just so funny to speak. It was like, who is this person? And then just to have the security slowly like make their
Yeah.
way towards him, it was like, it like kind of overshadowed a bunch of like other announcements, but that was like the pinnacle of like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Shaw,
What's up?
there you go.
Well,
Yeah. I'm just saying, just don't ever go full Kanye. You don't
Exactly.
you don't go full
Oh.
Kanye.
I stepped away for the second. Is this the guy to thank Bill Clinton or whatever?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Did Elden Ring deserve that? You
Yeah.
think, Diamond? You think
Yeah,
it did?
I think it did, based off of like, so I haven't played the game yet, but I still want to. From watching walkthroughs of other people playing it, I thought it was pretty interesting.
Could I ask a question since you watched it? Why was Al Pacino even there, let alone on stage?
I don't know. It's just so like it was like out of like not even like context. It's like more of like why is a dude here? What
I
Does
thought that
Al-
he had voiced somebody in a couple.
I know
of
he
the
did a
games.
game. I just forgot which one he did.
Was it Far Cry 6? Maybe.
I think so.
Yeah.
I know he did one recently. I just can't remember which one it was.
Because I just remember I was watching the highlights. I was like, is that Al Pacino? Like, is this the right
That made
award
like
show?
no sense.
Did
Maybe
he
For
go
him to
see?
be
maybe Al
there.
Pacino wandered into the wrong award show.
Any other highlights you had?
So they announced that Star Wars there's like a new Star Wars game coming out. It's a continuation of the what's it called?
Knights of the Old Republic or
No,
Fallen Order. Fallen
Fallen
Order.
Order.
Yeah.
okay.
The next one's called Survivor.
Okay.
Like the
I don't
trailer is out,
believe-
it looks pretty good.
I don't believe any games from Star Wars are coming out until I physically see them on the shelf.
It's gonna be canceled like in 2 years.
Yeah, I
Yes.
don't.
The last good story, the last Star Wars game I believe that ever came out that was good was Lego Star Wars.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
love Lego Star Wars.
yeah. The Lego Star
Legos,
Wars was
period.
good.
Legos rock. Legos
Also,
rock.
it's interesting because like there's also like Idris Elba is joining Cyberpunk 2077, the Phantom Liberty, and the gameplay trailer had just been revealed at the Game Awards.
And The Witcher doing something too?
Yeah, I think it's a
What's Witcher
reboot.
doing?
I think I heard it's a reboot. I think.
A reboot of it. Okay.
I'm not sure. Not taking any gospel. I don't know.
From what I understand, it's gonna if you have a RTX graphics card, you can do even more better ray tracing and things of that nature on it. From what I heard. So, anything else, Diamond?
So in Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League will include Kevin Conroy as his like last role.
Yep.
As,
Oh, that's nice.
Batman.
That's cool. I was
And
wondering
it's
about
supposed to
that
be
game.
coming out May 26, 2023.
Damn.
Yep.
So the Batman universe has 2 games coming out this year.
I think he just voiced one.
He
the
just did
character in
one, I think.
Justice League.
He did one, but I know that they have like Gotham Knights or something coming out too.
Oh, that one already came out, I think.
Yeah, they
Okay,
came out
already
early.
out. It's already out.
This shows how up to date I am with that. Okay,
It's terrible.
I hear.
I don't have money, so I can't buy them. So I don't look out for it.
Been there, done that. But I haven't played it yet. From what Mirabel is telling me, Gotham Knights is terrible.
Oh well, I was really anticipating that, so I'm glad I didn't shell out the money for it yet.
And in that world, Batman's dead. So
Yep.
Yeah.
And of
Why
course,
is it
guys,
always-
don't forget, you want to hear more about video games? Hop on over to laser.gg because, give us money because we're pretty. Check out our cards. The longer you watch, the more cards you become eligible for.
yes. And Shaw has the best card because pretty much to see right there is what Shaw's card looks like. So definitely head over to laser.gg. Look for the Geek Gauntlet podcast. Every minute you watch, you get a brand new card. Get a whole until you get the whole set. So definitely head over to leisure.gg.com. Also, don't forget about shadowanime.com. Head over there. Geek Gauntlet 5 is your promo code. One-stop shop for everything in the world of anime merch. Head over there. Like I said before, Geek Gauntlet 5 to save 5% off your total order. Shadowanime.com. Your one-stop shop for anime. All right. But yeah, Gotham Knights was terrible. Don't mess with it, man. It's terrible.
All right. I'll stick with Sniper Elite then.
Yeah,
Until something good comes along.
Be a lot better off. But I do want that Suicide Squad Kills Justice these games. That's the one I do want.
Same.
Yeah,
It looks so good, but I just hate Harley Quinn as a character, so I just don't. I'll play it. I'll play it.
Why don't you like Harley Quinn?
Because I think the character got overhyped. I'm not a fan of the character. I hate every teenage girl being like, I want to be like Harley Quinn when I grow up. It's like, okay, so you're going to have a terrible choice in men, and I don't want to be anywhere near you. Be like Catwoman. She wants Batman. Catwoman wants Batman. Go after Catwoman. And she's slick.
Harley ain't got no money either. Catwoman got money.
Catwoman got money.
Catwoman got money. Harley ain't got no money. Come on now.
But there's also like Samoa Joe is like King Shark. So
King Shark.
yeah.
If King Shark's in it, that'll cancel it out. It's worth it to play.
King
All
Shark's
right.
pretty epic, yeah. But I think they have the same guy voicing every King Shark now, or every shark character, because he also voiced. I don't know if you guys have seen it's an animated show. So Ambrose, you might have seen it. I don't know. Called Bad Guys.
I've heard of it. It's on my list. I haven't seen it yet.
It's absolutely hilarious. But the same guy that does King Shark voices the shark in that one too. I'm like, oh, he's been typecast as a shark for the rest of his life.
I thought Sylvester Stallone voiced King Shark.
I thought it was Samoa Joe who voiced King Shark in the game, and in Bad Guys, I thought it was Craig Robinson.
I'll have to double check it, but I asked my husband about it. I think he looked it up and said, yeah, they are the same guy.
Yeah,
from the Harley Quinn series and Bad Guys.
Is Bad Guys on HBO Max? Which channel is it on?
I think it's on Peacock right now.
Yeah.
That's why I haven't watched it. I don't have Peacock.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
But check, it might be on Netflix now too.
Oh, I love
I got the Roku. I'll search for it. I'll see what I can
I got
enable.
Roku myself, yeah.
I think I saw it on HBO Max, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Anything else you got? Any other things you got from the Video Game Awards, Dama?
Apparently, Hellboy is getting a stylish video game adaptation. Like, Hellboy, finally!
I'll be the judge of that.
Wow, they're about 20 years late on that, but I'll play it.
Late.
That sounds cool.
A lot of people were waiting for that one. I hope they deliver with it.
You make somebody wait 20 years for a video game. It better be good.
Yeah. One thing, Christopher Judd apparently has been asked about doing a live action God of War, and he's totally down for it, so that'd be cool.
Like live action, like movie?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Could you pull that off though?
I think he can.
He could totally
you know, I'm not opposed to it, but I mean, at this point, with the detail that goes into the games, like, why do you need a movie?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Like, I mean, is a movie really necessary? Like, these games have so much story. These games are almost have as much detail as books. They have so much detail, so much story, so much depth to them. Like, why do you need a movie? I mean, that's just my point of view. If it's good, it's good, and I'll watch it. But I just don't think a movie is necessary anymore. There's nothing left. There's nothing left to interpret. They have the technology to give you everything you need within the game.
And my thing with a movie is, if you want to try to make that movie like to be similar to the game, your budget's gonna be through the freaking roof on a movie.
There's better chance to be a TV show.
Yeah.
I mean, a TV show, because you can fill in gaps and you can create things and you can create characters and outside plots, so that would probably work better.
Exactly.
But I mean, I would just like for them to stop trying to adapt video games, to tell you the truth, because Assassin's Creed was a bust, Uncharted was a bust, Street Fighter is an American treasure, and I will not have you sully a good name.
The only thing that made Street Fighter was Chun-Li. And that's
Jean-Claude Van Damme is the best actor of my generation, and I will die on that hill.
He was Bison. Yeah, he was good too. But when you have the strobe lights for your fireballs, nah, man, I can't get down with that. I can't get down with that. But Jean-Claude was good, and so was Kristen, so I got to give her that.
I think the problem with taking video games nowadays, especially a video game franchise, it's like something like Gods of War, Assassin's Creed. You have so much lore already built into the game, because at that point they were like 4 games in when they created the movie.
Yeah.
There's no way you can compact that time into 2 hours.
With what, God of War or Uncharted?
No, it's like Assassin's Creed, wasn't it?
Oh, Assassin's Creed, yeah. No, Assassin's Creed was more than 4. Assassin's Creed, when they made the movie, was like 6 or 7.
I knew it was several. Yeah. So the problem they're taking these games, and like you said, we may have like 24 hours worth of gameplay into a game. So we have all this lore that we know, and then they try and pack it into 2 hours. Like, that's just not going to work.
And it's also, video games aren't like a casual pastime anymore. It's actually like a fandom. Like, when I was growing up, I played video games, but it wasn't like we play now. Like, it's like, oh, okay, I played my round of Gradius. Oh, cool, Gradius is going to be a movie. Oh, but it was like an 8-bit video. Like, they were like 8-bit video games. So you could literally make anything up and be like, okay, just put a guy in a plane and make him shoot and put it on film.
Make these two brothers plumbers and put it on the big screen. Make them like run around and chase a dragon guy.
Tetris the movie.
And but like now it's like the fandom, like video game fans have become so rabid. It's the same problem you run into with comic books and Star Wars. You're not going to make everyone happy, and the ones that are the most unhappy will be loud.
Yeah,
and they'll be annoying, and it might not be worth it to even bother making it.
I'm still getting hate from my Black Panther review, but I don't care. Head away.
All right.
Head away.
All right. So it looks like we've got some Marvel news. Marvel pick number 1.
Yes. Oh, I saw that before. I saw that a few weeks ago. There you go.
Yep.
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson can go to hell.
Oh God.
So this is what they're gonna look like in the Marvels.
She got an IQ of 0 and an ass of 1.
Jesus, well.
How could she sit for more than 15 minutes?
IQ of 0 and an ass of none.
Yeah, I'm not sure how well that one's going to do, because you've got the Brie Larson hate already.
Yep.
You've got people who couldn't understand Miss Marvel.
Yep.
I'd like to see it do well, but I'm just my opinion is the chances of it are slim because of the preconceived opinions already.
And then you only got Monica Rambeau in WandaVision. Yep. You didn't get her in nothing else.
Yeah.
I mean, you got her like in Multiverse of Madness, I guess. Well, kind of.
Okay. Kind of, yeah. Yeah.
Comics,
a bit, yeah.
Comic books are so far down in the hole. I really do want these movies to succeed, and I want them to bring a new generation of readers to the table. But I just don't see it. I mean, Disney should have seen the writing on the wall. The only reason Captain Marvel did well was because it was required reading for Endgame. That's the only reason the movie did well.
Yeah. But there's a rumor, John. Do you remember that superhero by the name of Quasar? Don't
Yeah.
know if you remember him from the comics.
Actually, I saw a Quasar action figure in the store the other day. I took a picture of it. I was going to text it to all of you.
Oh
But,
man, I want to see that. But you see
I'll
that
put it up
band?
after the chat.
You see that band on Miss
Yeah.
Miss Marvel's?
Oh yeah,
They
those
seem-
are Quasar bands.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
That's the
right.
rumor going around. Yeah.
It would make sense.
But I mean,
Yeah.
it's just Brie Larson got overinflated because of Endgame in a movie that outside of any other era of Marvel film would have been panned. It probably would have been panned worse than She-Hulk. It was
definitely better than She-Hulk.
okay. Yeah, I exaggerated on that. Mistakes were made. I'm sorry. But it was pretty bad though. It was not a very good movie. And the box office was inflated because of the story it tied into. And they should have seen the writing on the wall and sent, not been mean about it, but been like, you're not being received really well. Bye.
Or recast the role.
Recast the role. Recast the role. Because, but the thing is, Carol, as a longtime Marvel fan, though, Carol Danvers has had a contentious relationship with the fans in the first place.
That's true.
So
when she went through that episode, that little episode where she was always drunk.
Yeah,
in the comics.
So she's not even really a fan favorite, and I get that you have to tie Captain Marvel in, but I mean, it's just you're between the rock and a hard place in the first place by bringing that character in because she's such a polarizing character even outside of the movies, and then you put a polarizing actress in the role of the polarizing character. You're not going to win with this movie.
No. And like I say, I think Monica Rambeau is going to be asked out. I really think she will be because like you only saw her twice. We saw her once in a mention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
I still think that instead of pushing Carol Danvers to become Captain Marvel, they should have made Monica Rambeau Captain Marvel. She was a way better character back then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she was Captain Marvel too before that.
Yeah.
But she was Captain Marvel and she ends up being Spectrum, which is cool. But still though, I just don't care for Brie. I just don't.
I think DC is getting hot at the right time because Marvel is cooling down. And I think if James Gunn gets the reins on DC, it's going to be the exact opposite in about 5 years.
Yeah.
And we have because Marvel is hitting their valley and DC obviously hasn't come anywhere near the peak. And they're going to surge when he puts his plan together. So I think it's and if I was Marvel, I'd be a little scared because they rested on their laurels and they're not putting the same. I don't know if Feige doesn't have the power that he had when he was putting together the Avengers, because I'm not going to talk badly of Feige. He obviously knows how to put a movie together.
Oh yeah,
he put together the whole the Infinity War saga, the Civil War, everything. He did a great job with those. I don't know if he was stripped of some power and he lost some autonomy, but something's not right over there, and it's like he doesn't have the same grip that he did.
Here's the thing: setting up Infinity Wars and Endgame and that whole the Avengers saga, you're shooting fish in a barrel. These are well-known characters that people already know.
I will concede to that, yes.
So I think basically what started to happen is they're trying to bring in more characters, maybe some characters that aren't as well-known, but they don't know
Blue Marvel
storylines to pick and pull from that are going to do well.
Blue
So
Marvel.
they kind of got a dartboard up, and they're just throwing and seeing where the dart hits.
But the thing is, why are you picking characters that are unwell known? You have been sitting on the X-Men for 3 years.
Yep.
There's still some issues with X-Men, the term mutants, and rights.
No. They got the rights. X-Men are coming.
Well, yeah, but it's taken them this long to get that. Most of
what do you mean? What do you mean the term mutants?
So mutants was a title that was being held by, I want to say it was
Fox.
Wasn't it Sony or Fox?
Yeah, I think it was
They
Fox.
have it now.
It was X-Men was Fox, but I don't see what the issue is because Disney owns Fox.
Now they do, but you have to realize these movies that are going on, the development for them,
right,
has been going on for 3 to 5 years before they actually started announcing it.
Gotcha.
So
But didn't he buy Fox? I'm sorry to interrupt. Didn't he buy Fox back in 2019 though?
I think it was 19. Yeah.
Yeah, it
It
was
was
before
part
the
of the
pandemic.
20.
But it's just like
Well,
right now, like
maybe.
technically Disney doesn't own all of Hulu right now.
Nah, it owns Hulu. Hulu's
it
under
doesn't.
Disney. Yeah,
No,
They
they don't.
actually-
They have to exercise their option by a certain date.
Yeah.
It's contractual gobbledygook.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
they still owe the Comcast X amount of dollars to finalize that. Because it was for lack of a better term, it's like a lease option to buy. They're like, hey, we're gonna buy it and we're gonna buy so many shares now. And then if we think it's all working out, we're gonna go buy these extra shares.
Do you
So
think
yeah,
perhaps
they still have until January either 2022 or 2024 to finalize that with Comcast before Disney fully owns Hulu. And I think with the Fox deal, there was something similar that went on with that, which is why they've been kind of struggling with bringing the term mutants back in to the Marvel universe.
kind of like no more?
Yeah.
my understanding that was more of a creative choice.
That pissed me off too.
If Disney is negotiating with Comcast, they should be like, hey, we had to call this guy no more. Give us the rights.
Yeah.
Okay, please just give us the rights, and we'll take
Agreed.
Hulu off your hands.
Agreed.
All right.
All right, Kat,
So
what else we got going on?
we've got a Guardians of the Galaxy trailer, pick number 2.
Woohoo.
I mean, it's Guardians of the Galaxy, so I mean, it should be entertaining.
It looks like it's going to be bittersweet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to be a great movie, and you're going to have fun. But it looks like one of those things where, and I'm always a sucker, and I always, get the feels when these guys all go their separate ways, and you see them disbanding as a team, and I get the feeling that that's what they're going for with it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And is it just me, or did they show Rocket as a ferret instead of a raccoon?
That was his girlfriend.
No. When they actually showed Rocket before being tested on, it looked like he was a ferret.
Oh no, I didn't pick up on that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure.
Mhm.
Wow.
I know his girlfriend is a ferret, and they were hugging in one part of it, but I didn't see Rocket as a ferret.
Right.
All right, let's see here. We've got Blue Beetle news, pick number 3. It's happening. It's happening, Shaw.
That's the new poster. Yep.
That's Shaw's
That's
guy.
interesting.
That's Shaw's guy.
I think it's gonna be. I don't know how well it'll do at the box office, but I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a good movie.
I think to me it depends on who it is, or unless you bring both involved.
The Blue Beetle is the kid from Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Right, but you remember if they bring in both in the movie, if they introduce both, because the original Blue Beetle is Ted Cord. So
Yeah.
if you bring in both, it might do well. If you bring in one or the other, I don't know.
I don't know. I think if they bring in, I think they're going with. I forget the kid's name.
It
So
could
I'll
be
call him
Jaime Ramis.
Jaime Ramis.
Mhm.
I think they're bringing Jaime Ramis. I think it's good because DC has always had a diversity problem, and I'm not the cheerleader that says, "Hey, we need to be diverse," but DC has had a diversity problem, and bringing in a Latin American hero.
That's one thing that Marvel had. That's one thing that Marvel has always had over them is the fact they had heroes of color be pronounced in main storylines and things like that, i.e. Black Panther, Mary, and Storm. You've seen nothing like that.
So I think DC should. I think they should stick with Jaime Reyes. I think it'll expand their audience because mostly DC fans are old white guys like me. Like it's like DC is like DC is no, they're like baseball. It's just like it's past everyone else by, and I'm the guy like
Superman.
I'm the guy holding on to the dream, thinking it's going to come back, and hopefully
back
it
in
will.
my day, back in my day, Superman sneezed and destroyed the universe. Back in my day,
Superman used to be able to beat up Chuck Norris. I don't agree with this joke at all.
Well, speaking of more DC news, it has been reported that Wonder Woman 3 has been scrapped and is not going to be moved forward.
Good.
Looks like Patty Jenkins walked off the project.
Good. See you.
And so she then sent an email to WB co-CEO Michael DeLuca that ended with a link to Wikipedia that explained character arc. I kind of got to give her props for that. I mean, I can't fault that action.
You got the page for Wikipedia? Like, no, God.
I mean, but my thing is though, her vision is so far to the left. Yeah. I mean, DC probably wanted it to be more action.
Yeah. Basically, she gave in a script. They didn't like it. They asked her to, change things, write things, and that's why she left.
What surprises me about it is how far Jeff Johns has fallen, because Jeff Johns 20 years ago would have said, "This is not a good script. Don't submit it." And it's almost like he was just there for the paycheck.
Yeah, he might have been.
Because he would not have written a script that would have been rejected 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like, why would they make a third movie? If the second movie was so bad, why would they go ahead and make a third one like this?
That second movie was a flop. I mean, I love Gal, but that second movie was a flop.
Yeah.
I mean, because Patty Jenkins is still, and I will say, she's a talented director. She does know her way behind the camera. She does know how to make a movie. But I kind of agree from a business point of view with James Gunn and Peter Safran on it, because you flopped so badly, your name is permanently attached to Wonder Woman 84. And if you put Wonder Woman 3 out and your name is attached to it, people aren't going to go see it.
Yep.
They're not going to watch it. It's simple as that. You flopped, you bungled that so bad. You can't come back from that.
Right.
Like,
all right, what else we got, Kat?
Well, Black Adam is going to be debuting on HBO Max Friday, December 16th. So that's going to be next week. Batgirl directors are meeting with James Gunn, so maybe we're going to get a Batgirl movie?
Not too early.
Lord.
Well,
too early.
Kill it with fire already.
I mean, look, Batgirl is a great character. Barbara Gordon's a great character, but DC is not even in phase 1. They're in phase like 0.05.
Yeah,
you have negative phases at this point.
Negative,
you have
0.2.
You have like a phase 3 or phase 4 character, and they're trying to get their movie made. So you got to establish. You don't even know who's going to be playing Superman. Why are you meeting with Batgirl directors? It makes no sense to me.
I mean.
The other side of it, though, too, is if they are looking at creating a proper Justice League.
If they are, then they should be meeting with a Green Lantern director.
Exactly.
Well, you're right, but they haven't created a Green Lantern since that debacle back.
That debacle with Ryan.
No. That never happened. That's memory hold in my head with Indiana Jones 4. Indiana Jones 4, the Green Lantern movie, or memory hold.
It's like Ryan Reynolds is like happy enough to make fun of his own thing. I'm happy as long as you know your movie was trash.
Yeah. He makes fun of it every chance he gets.
But I just think
I'm about to put the Men in Black pin up on and just phase everybody, and everybody forgets it.
I'm not opposed to a Batgirl movie. I think Batgirl deserves a place in the DCU, but it's just she's not a phase 1 character.
I'd rather see her as part. I'd rather see her with the Bat family than by herself.
And they don't even know how they're going to factor Batman in, because Batman has been so far removed from the rest of the DC universe. They don't even know how they're factoring him in yet.
Well, so you can't even. Though, James Gunn is really he's already said hey, we're just kind of putting a pin in everything else right now because he wants to properly build the Justice League. So,
and I agree with, I think he will.
Here's why it would make sense to be in talks with the Batgirl directors to figure where that's going to come in that phase. Because it's just
trying to figure out when was Batgirl ever a member of the Justice League, though.
Unless Sabrina is part of the Bat family.
Unless you're saying she's part of the Justice League through the Bat family, I don't ever remember her being part of the League. I remember Huntress being part of the League. but I don't remember when Batgirl was ever part of the league.
Unless they're going to bring it in as part of the Batman series. Maybe they're finally going to expand past Batman.
Could be.
But even before those films are ever ready to be produced, they're going to start talking about it to figure out where it's going to tie into that schedule.
Right.
So it's not bad to talk about it since they do already at least have a script. Like, hey, we know we decided to scrap this midway because, we were getting our costumes at Party City. And,
Kat throws the best shade on this shit.
Yes, she does.
So I can see where there may be talks to see how they're going to tie that in.
Right.
Maybe they're going to tie it into Hot Topic Batman. I don't know.
They could.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it's wrong to talk about a Batgirl movie, and Batgirl is one of my favorite characters. I just think it's too early.
Well, I think they're also trying to recover Batgirl from bat nipples. Nipplegate 1997.
Memory hold.
Yeah.
Man in Black Pants.
Men in Black Pants. Memory hold.
I watched that movie a few days ago.
Man in Black Pants.
Oh my God, we mentioned like 6 movies I hate. I'm gonna wake up in a cold sweat. like my wife's gonna be like, "What's the matter with you?" I'll be like, "So bad. Dialogue so stale. Camera angles so janky."
And
I'd be like, "Oh my God, do you need?"
And like I said, I've always said this. I thought Ruby Rose was terrible in that, and I thought Vivica did the best she could with what she was given, which wasn't a whole hell of a lot.
Oh, for Batwoman?
The show as a whole was terrible. Was Vivica the second actress?
Yeah, she was the second.
She was a good actress in a very
bad show. Yeah.
Bad position.
Well,
she
and
did
also,
what she could with it.
Ruby Rose, her drama overrode her talent.
Yep.
Well, and the thing is, that whole first season, it's like, did you really need to play the theme music every time she threw a punch? I am a woman. Like,
well, they had the rights to it, so they had to use it as much as they could to get every last dime out of that. What they paid
They did
for
it with Wonder Woman too.
I mean, but what if Batman just like crashed through the ceiling and he was like, "I have a wiener"?
That's because that's already copyrighted by George R.R. Martin. Wiener.
Hey, but it did the same thing with Wonder Woman in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Every time she did something, they go that guitar in the background, bro.
Here it comes. You're like, here she comes.
Here she comes.
Let me guess. Wonder Woman's gonna come in.
She's on the way to save the day.
Yeah.
What else we got, Kat?
Speaking of DC, February 8th, your girl's gonna be back, William. Your favorite person, Iris in the Flash. Final season of the Flash.
Man. I hate Iris. I hate her with a pet. Candace Patton, I love you as an actress. Very beautiful woman. But as that in that role, no. Hell no. And
So
if
William,
she says
we are the Flash.
We are the Flash. She said one more time. One more time. I'm going to Vancouver or wherever the hell they at and give her a piece of my mind. That don't make no sense, man. Come on now.
All right, we got a couple more announcements as far as shows that are coming back. Of course, Doctor Who is saying they're not going to have any gap in the years and as far as the content goes.
Oh, that's good.
The Christmas series, the Christmas special is going to return in series 14 and with 8 episodes in addition to that season 14.
Yeah, series 14 will have 8 episodes, and the Christmas specials will also be returning.
Yay!
Awesome.
News that makes me kind of excited. Alice in Borderlands season 2 is coming back to Netflix. That's going to premiere December 22nd. Season 2 of The Bad Batch is going to start on January 4th. There was a Transformers trailer that dropped.
Yep.
Yeah. The Beast Wars one, it looked awesome.
Excitement.
Yeah.
Shaw, you don't sound excited about that.
I'm excited. We got Optimus Primal. We got freaking Rhinox, Cheetor. I'm excited for that.
Okay. That was just kind of a like me and Naomi. Yeah.
Yeah.
What studio does Transformers?
That's
Michael Bay destroying my childhood.
Terminal, I think.
Because
Is
I
it
want to
Miramax?
rival that. I want to rival that studio. Make a GoBots franchise.
I hated GoBots.
Oh my gosh.
I think Marvel.
The only
owns
reason why I
GoBots.
hated GoBots though, the only reason why because it took up because of GoBots, we lost Mighty Orbots on Saturday morning, and I love Mighty Orbots. There was a lawsuit, and that was saying Mighty Orbots took copyright from GoBots, and GoBots won, so they had to scrap all of Mighty Orbots. And I love Mighty Orbots. I love that show on Saturday mornings on ABC, but because of GoBots, they had to be gone. So it's nothing against GoBots, you know, in terms of the show. I just hate the fact that because of copyright, Mighty Orbots had to go. But Little One wasn't bad. It was
I hate GoBots because I was bombarded as like a 4 or 5 year old with commercials for the movie GoBots Battle of the Rock Lords.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I gotta watch GoBots Battle of the Rock Lords.
And
We'd
then
be
you
in the
watched
video
it.
store. We'd be in the video store, and like I finally wore my dad down, and he was like, I can't believe I'm renting this. And like he rents GoBots, and I'm watching it with my dad. And I look at him, I was like, this sucks.
Yeah, it wasn't a
This
good
is the
movie.
worst movie I've ever seen.
It wasn't a good movie.
It's like the monster from Neverending Story, but there's like 5 of them, and they're fighting bootleg Transformers. What is this?
I didn't like the animation in GoBots. That's one thing I will say. I didn't like the animation. But Little One was all right. His voice actor was cool, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, what else we got?
All right. So our final rumor before we move on to our topics, it is rumored that they are starting to develop Dredd 2 with Carl Urban
Ooh.
returning as Judge Dredd.
Ooh,
I like that.
Just a rumor, but maybe keep our fingers crossed. You know, maybe we'll
Fingers
see that come
crossed.
to fruition.
Let's go through it. Let's go.
You know, I think it's been long enough since 1995. I think still the Mark Stallone left on Dredd, which is one of my favorite terrible movies. Like I like it for all of the wrong reasons, but it really hurt the real Dredd that came, I think, at least 15 years after it. I forgot what year that was released. But that was a really good movie, and I've always been a fan of Dredd. And that was a really faithful adaptation. I enjoyed every minute of it. It was, it had a lot of action. So I would love to see a Judge Dredd franchise. And like I said, we're almost 30 years away from Stallone. I think that stink has expired. We can try to revisit it and start like a franchise. And
you know what? He did another movie that I loved. I don't think, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think we ever got a sequel to it, and it was one of Sandra Bullock's earlier movies. I still love Demolition Man to this day.
Oh, Demolition Man was great.
I still love it to this day.
I'm not saying Stallone as a whole is bad. It's just what he did to Judge Dredd. He should have been, he should have spent like at least a year in jail for that.
But Demolition Man was great, man. Sandra Bullock was great in that movie. Wesley Snipes was great in that movie.
Dennis Leary.
Yep.
Yeah, you had a lot of good people in that movie.
Love that movie.
Well, Taco Bell won the franchise wars, so now everything's Taco Bell.
And a 3C sale.
Yeah.
A murder, death, kill? We haven't had a murder, death, kill in years.
Haven't won them in years. What in the world is it? We actually got to do some work.
If you guys have not watched the Nostalgia Critics critique of how well Demolition Man has held up over the years, we're monetized, so I don't want to point out the reason I'm laughing so hard. Because that'll probably be a really great strike if I start that one. But go watch the Nostalgia Critic.
I'm very familiar with him and the Critical Drinker. I watch both of them, and they're both hilarious.
And for
and
everybody,
have you watched his one about Demolition Man?
And he also
no, I have not yet.
Go watch it. That scene where he's chasing Phoenix down, you will never hear it the same again.
It's almost like there's one guy I don't know what the channel's name is, but he critiques all of Steven Seagal's direct to video releases, but in the same voice.
I gotta find that
in the same voice. I'll shoot you I'll find it. It's in my phone. I'll shoot you the link to it. And he analyzes them all the same way, and it's like it doesn't matter which one it is. It's just because Steven Seagal is such a joke. I laugh every time this guy analyzes one of his movies. Because he'll be like, Steven Seagal doesn't even bother to stand up and fight in this one. He's just in an office chair.
Yeah, just go check out the Nostalgia Critics review of Demolition Man.
I'll pull that up.
Message me later once he gets to the part about the Phoenix chase. And I promise you will never hear that part of the movie the same again.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right, so we are
heck
getting to
yeah,
that time of the night. Let's go ahead and hop on to a couple topics. Well, let's go ahead and grab pick 15. All right, we've got who's the blue and gold guy?
The Anti-Monitor.
Okay, Anti-Monitor.
Yeah, the second form.
Okay. Versus Sentry.
No, that's
Galactus.
That's
Galactus. Okay, sorry, my bad.
Nah, that's all good.
Who do we think would win this one?
Galactus, hands down.
Yeah, Galactus. It has to be him.
Yeah, I gotta go with the Galactus too.
All right, let's go ahead and go with pick 19. Who is the most dedicated to their cause?
Okay, so you got Sam and Dean Winchester, Jon Snow. Sorry, I'm reading them out loud. Lord of the Rings. Who are the who's on the upper right with the heart? I can't make that out. I have bad eyes right now.
That looks like Avengers.
That's the Avengers.
Yeah.
Avengers. Yeah.
That's the Avengers.
Who is it at the bottom corner? I don't recognize any of them.
That's from Narnia.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Narnia. Okay.
Okay, they're out.
Yeah, they're out.
They out. They got out. I gotta go with the Avengers.
Nah, for me, it would be between Lord of the Rings and the Winchesters.
I got Avengers.
Maybe just me because I'm a huge Supernatural fan, so I'll go with Sam and Dean.
See, I gotta go with Frodo because he walked all that distance when those birds could have just carried him to drop it into the fire.
Yeah.
So who you got?
Kind of thinking Winchester since they died so many times.
Yeah.
Like literally both been to hell for a while.
Real quick. I found something.
Is that Demolition Man?
Yeah.
He's using physical violence. We're the police. We're not trained for
this. Someone hasn't told him about the 3 seashells.
Yeah, told about 3 seashells yet. Oh man.
We don't have a permit for physical contact.
Hey, I know don't get me wrong. She's still a beautiful woman, but shout out to Sandra Bullock in that role.
She was, yeah. Sandra Bullock in the 90s, like she was the low key. She wasn't flashy like Cindy Crawford. She was the low key, like that chick is hot.
Low key hot. Yeah, low key.
Yeah.
Very low key hot. All right, what's next?
That is it.
All right, everybody. That is everything that we got for you tonight. Before we get out of here for this evening, let's go around the room and see what everybody has going on. Diamond, what you got going on, my friend?
I'm gonna try to play the rest of God of War after getting my butt whooped by Thor multiple times, and probably start playing Mass Effect.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'll watch. Yeah, definitely. Hey, let me know when you start doing that for real.
Are you playing the first 3 games? I got them for free on the PS5. I never played them before, so I'm kind of excited to try them out.
I haven't played them either, but yeah, I'm gonna try to play them because I got this the 3 packs from PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, that's what I just got. Yeah, cool.
I played the first one on 360 and I loved it. Love Mass Effect. All right, Kat, what you got going on this week?
Hey, as always, we've got articles going up at geeknewsnow.net. Check us out on our other socials as well. We've got Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Go check out our folks over at MCU Mondays, as well as really
Cantina Happy Hour.
Cantina Happy Hour. What's our other one?
Mm-hmm.
Really good.
Yeah, really good podcast.
Really good podcast. Yes.
And I think Cam and Focus is working on a new episode too.
He's working on an episode too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And those will all be showing up on the YouTube channel over there at Geek News Now.
Yep. John, what you got going on, my friend?
I just finished an article on the future of DC, coincidentally, and James Gunn and all the stuff that we talked about and covered. So if you want a little bit more of that and a little bit more of my take, go to geeknewsnow.net. That's what I just finished up on. I'm writing away right now. I don't know exactly. I got to do a little bit of digging. I honestly don't know what the next thing I write about will be. Probably DC because stories are developing there. But I've just been trying to focus on writing right now. And, we're hopefully coming soon. We got a couple members of the GNN team that are putting together a Twitch team. Friendly, we're playing video games, having fun, trying to meet some people, engage with some fans. Nothing hostile. Just come in, chat with us, hang out with us while we play some games. In my case, sometimes when I play some games badly. So it's always fun. It's always nice to meet new people. Come in, drop in, talk with us, chat with us. Give us some ideas, whatever you want to do. We're fueled by the fans, so we're here for you guys. So you tune in and just say hi and introduce yourself to us, and we'll be happy to talk to you. So
I need a capture card so I can join y'all. I need a capture card bad.
I'll send you a link. I got one for really cheap on Amazon, so
Okay.
I have the link stored in my phone if you need a capture card.
Yes, I do need one.
All right,
Shaw. Anything you got going on this week?
Just doing Master Duel. We got a new Duelist Cup currently, and I'm getting my ass kicked. But all in all, same old.
No, I'm up here doing Pokemon Violet. I am right now. I just got the 5th badge in Pokemon Violet. Got the 4th Titan badge and 2 Star Team badges. The thing that gets me about that game, the trainers aren't that bad. The Titans aren't that bad, but a Team Star that can give you a little bit of trouble. So I'm gonna finish getting my my Titan badge, my last Titan badge, so I can get my ride on unlocked so I can do everything with it. Go finish up the gyms, complete everything, get 8 badges, get the assessment, and after that I go after Elite 4. Then I go finish Team Star off, and pretty much after you do that, the rest is just getting Pokemon. So it's not a bad game, but graphically it's still terrible. But as long as you have a way to navigate through that store, you'll be fine. So I do still, even though graphically it's not that great, and graphically that Nintendo Switch needs to get better, because of the store, I would still suggest people get up Scarlet and Violet. I think that you will enjoy the storyline of those games. All right. If there is nothing else, don't forget our sponsors, laser.gg, shadowanime.com. Don't forget those guys. And for myself, Shaw, Kat, John, and Diamond, I want to thank you for checking out the Geek Gauntlet podcast, the fastest way to get through your geek podcasting news. There you go. I gotta change the freaking logo, the freaking mantra. It used to be the fastest hour. Now we going over the hour. So now I gotta work it out to where we can do another motto.
So fast, you'll think it's an hour.
Yeah. So fast you think it's out. There you go. I like that one. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. We do appreciate it. And we'll see you guys again next week right here on the Geek Gauntlet podcast. Everybody have a good week. Have a safe week. Be careful out there. And we'll see you later.